How are you all?
Fine, ma'am. What about you?
How do you feel today? Joyful, fine, sad?
Joyful, ma'am.
Okay. Are you ready for my class?
Yes, ma'am.
So before the class, one of the videos the madam she gave one thing to you, right? What is that one?
Good day, biscuits.
What do you observe on the biscuits?
Lines. Lots are there.
What do you observe on the biscuits, children?
There are some lines.
Some lines are there. How are those lines?
Horizontal.
Right? So is it horizontal or vertical lines?
Horizontal.
Okay. So when you hold this biscuit like this, you observe the horizontal lines. When you hold biscuit like this, you observe the vertical lines. Right? So these type of lines are also we can observe. What is this one?
On globe.
So on the biscuit, you observe the horizontal lines on the biscuits. So same lines you can observe on the globe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So these imaginary lines you can observe. We call it as a
Latitudes.
And latitudes.
the horizontal lines we can observe on the globe is called the
Latitudes.
Horizontal lines.
Parveen ma'am. Class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these horizontal lines on the globe we call it as a
Latitudes.
latitudes. So today I am going to explain about latitudes, right? So for this topic, the year goes are recall the previous knowledge about the lines. Children, have you ever think about this good day biscuit is also helpful to learn something in our life?
No, ma'am. You won't.
So every time we are just eating the good day biscuit packet, right?
Yeah.
So from today onwards, whenever you see the biscuit, our social teacher learn something about the good day basket, good day biscuit, right? So whenever you see the lines, these are the horizontal lines. These horizontal lines we call the latitudes, right, children? So for this topic, the recall previous knowledge about the lines. Next. So either it is the horizontal line. Define the term latitudes. Explain about the latitudes on the globe. Next list. Next, there are different types of the latitudes on the globe. In today's class, we are going to learn about that one. Next, evaluate. So in the last, I am asking the questions. How much you understand in this class? Okay. So already we learned about this on the biscuit. There are some lines are there. What is this one? This is the globe. So the globe is the spherical model of the earth, right? So due to this spherical model of the earth, it is very difficult to find out the places at the same time, right? So why? Because the spherical model, whenever you are moving the earth, so for example, here this is the north pole and this is south pole. South pole. So when you observe these places, we can't see the other side of the places. So whenever you turn, rotate this one, so again you observe the places on the other side. So for this one, I can find out one thing. So this is called the map. So just you have to assume this one. So this is the map. This is the flat sheet of the paper. We can identify all the places at once. Either it is the ocean, states, capitals, rivers, whatever it is. And so this is the globe. We cannot easily identify all the places at once, right? So here on the chart you can observe there are, as you know, there are 4 directions are there: east, west, north, south, right? So on the top of the place we call it as the north pole, on the down we call it as a south pole, right? And so here one line is called, this is called the tilted axis. So it is the degrees of 23.5 degree tilted axis, right? Next. here there are already we observe there are different types of the lines are there. These lines it is running from the east to west. So in the middle of the globe, one largest line is there. This largest line we call the equator. What we call as
Equator.
equator. So on the middle of the globe, one largest line is there. This line we call as the equator. And there are so many lines are there. These lines we call as the parallels of latitudes, right? So each latitude we measured as the degrees. We measured as the degrees. So this equator or it can divide at the two types. So this is the north side, we call it as the north pole or the northern hemisphere. The down part it is south pole or the southern hemisphere. This equator it can divide the earth into the two equal parts. This is called the
Northern hemisphere.
northern hemisphere. So from the equator the down part we call as the south pole or else we call the
Southern Hemisphere.
southern
Hemisphere.
hemisphere. So as already told to you, the latitudes we measured in the degrees, right? The equator we call as the 0 degree latitude or the equator, and 10 degrees, 20 degrees. So on the chart we can observe that there are 5 types of the latitudes are there. On the middle of the globe, the largest latitude is called the equator. So from above, this is 23.5 degrees, the north latitude we call as the Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer. So down part in the south part 23.5 degrees south latitude or else we call as the Tropic of Capricorn. These two are the very important latitudes, and then the next latitude is, so from the equator 66.5 degree north latitude or we call as the Arctic Circle. From the south pole, from the equator 66.5 degree south latitude we call as the Antarctic Circle. From the equator, from the north south in the northern hemisphere there are Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle. From the equator, the southern hemisphere there is Tropic of Cancer and the Antarctic Circle. And here 90 degrees northern hemisphere, 90 degrees southern hemisphere. Along with the equator, on the total latitudes are the 181 latitudes. So in the northern hemisphere 90, southern hemisphere 90. So totally 180 plus equator. So from equator, these latitudes are very useful to us to distance between the place to place. So that's why from the equator there is 90 northern hemisphere, from south 90 south hemisphere including with the equator. There are totally 181 latitudes. So once I recapitulate. So today we learn about the latitudes. On the globe we observe the different types of the lines on the latitude. Some lines are the horizontal, some lines are the vertical. So in the next class we explain about the longitudes. Right? So on the globe there are totally, first one equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. So on the globe the largest latitude is called the equator. The latitudes we measured in the degrees. And now, so this is the evaluation time. Define the latitudes. So what is the meaning of latitude? The imaginary or the horizontal lines we can run from the east to west. How many types of the latitudes are there?
5 types.
What are they?
Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic and
Arctic Circle.
Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. How many latitudes are there? So already we
181.
know about that. How many latitudes are there on the globe?
181.
181. Along with the equator, we have 181 latitudes are there. Which is the largest latitude on the globe? The latitude.
Equator.
Yes.
Okay, children.
Equator.
So today your homework is you have to draw latitude in your social notebook, right? Thank you.